Hi, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Today is July 7th, 2015, and we are here with Candice Talbot. Candice, thank you so much for being here. Candice, founder, CEO of Fit Mama Inc., newly 10-star diamond. Congratulations. And she is here to talk to us about how to share your story on social media, using yourself as really a way to attract people into your business. Products tell, or I should say, facts tell, but stories sell. So how do you have people want you as their coach? So Candice, thank you so much for being here again. Can you please just start us off by sharing a little bit about yourself, like what got you interested in Beachbody and a little bit about your story?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So thank you so much for having me on the call tonight. I'll let you guys know how I got started. It's actually kind of funny. I had posted on Facebook that I was going to be eating salads every day for the rest of my life. Actually, side note, I live right next to the airport runway, so if you hear grumbling, it's planes. No one's crashing into my house. Well, hopefully not. That would make for a good team call. Anyway, so I had posted on Facebook that I was going to be eating salads every day for the rest of my life, and I had a friend of mine reach out to me from high school asking me if I had ever thought about trying Shakeology. Well, instantly I thought she was trying to sell me something, so I was like, yeah, whatever. So I brushed her off, and like a couple months later, she had messaged me again, and she said, listen, I'll send you some packets for free. Well, she sent me some packets, and lo and behold, I became completely in love after my fourth serving. I was like, this stuff is awesome. I love it. And I just hit the ground running. I was like, I cannot afford this. I am a stay-at-home mom. I make barely $100 a week bartending. I have no right adding this expense into my life, and I need to scramble before it hits my credit card statement in the mail so I can tell my husband that, hey, I already made the money back. So my first month as a coach, I made $400. So between that and I end up signing my husband up as a coach, so he wasn't unhappy. He was like, all right, cool. Like, I see that you're doing great with this. And I just realized how lucrative it could be having bartended on the side since I'm going to be 36. So having bartended on the side from 18 to, let's say, 33, it was always the best way to make a quick buck and to be home with my kids. So when I had my son, I knew I wasn't going to go back to my paralegal job. So I got my real estate license, and I just wanted to do anything I could to be home with the kids, including bartending and making great money and making crappy money. So I hit the ground running, and I realized how awesome this business could be. So what did I do? I wanted to learn about how the heck to market myself on Facebook and be an outstanding coach. And I really only wanted to make $500 a week. I said, you know what? $500, actually, at first it was $200. I'm like, if I make $200, that's awesome. It kind of replaces bartending, and then I can quit. Then I was like, all right, well, I hit 200. If I hit 500, this was like the end of the day for me. I'm like, that's it. I'm done. Well, I'll tell you guys that I hit six figures in this business at 20 months. So, and I've been doing this 2.5 years. So it has just snowballed so incredibly for me and my family. But, let's take it back to when I first signed up, and I was like, okay, well, what the heck do I do as a coach? How do I do this? How do I market myself? So I started talking to other coaches, and they were mentioning to me other coaches. And one of the coaches that I started to follow and stalk was Lindsay Matway. So here I see this Lindsay Matway, and I'm like, okay, number one, she's so pretty. Like, what the heck? She's 27 years old. She makes all this money. Like, are you kidding me? Like, is she even serious? So I started just watching all of her posts, and I loved the way she got her message across. And I started to learn a little bit about her because she did share about how her daughter was born premature, how her brother died of brain cancer. So this beautiful girl that seemed like she had it all really came from quite a tough start. So it was really inspiring to see that someone where the odds were probably against her was able to come out of that. So that year, 2013, I had been a coach for about 4 months. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to Summit, and I can't afford to go to Summit, but I'm going to hold my nose and jump on this one because I know that I can do this business. And damn it, I want to meet Lindsay Malway. Me and a couple of my coach friends, we just like stalked her because we were like, okay, we loved her posts. We loved everything about her. So we get to Summit, and we get into one of her lessons there, and it was on sharing your story on social media. And I was completely captivated by this one exercise that she had shared with us. So what she did is she had us all get out our paper and pen and write 2 columns. On one column, she wanted us to write the 5 things that made us like other Beachbody coaches. And in the other column, she wanted us to write the 5 things that make us not like other Beachbody coaches. I mean, that make us not like other Beachbody coaches. And I still have the notebook from that first summit, which was like 2 years ago. And in the left-hand column, I wrote, I want to help people. I love Shakeology. I love my workouts, very Beachbody-ish stuff. And then in the other column, I talked about myself. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I used to be a fitness competitor. I'm Italian. I'm into my faith. These things that make me me, okay? Because the things that make Candice Candice are different than the things that make Joanna Joanna. So Lindsay said, focus on what makes you different and start marketing yourself that way. So instead of bombarding the Facebook page all day, every day with Shakeology and workouts and all that, I shared 1 post about my journey and 2 posts about my life, or 2 posts about my journey and 1 post about my life. So if you go on my Facebook page, there's really no doubt as to the fact that I do market the difference. I talk a lot about my kids. I talk a lot about my heritage. I talk a lot about those difference. So I'm able to relate to my niche of people. So we're not always all going to relate to the same people. So for instance, my team is Fit Mama Inc. When I decided to name my team Fit Mama, I really struggled with separating out the guys or separating out the people that weren't moms. But then I said to myself, okay, well, mama isn't just like fit mama. It can be hot mama. So, we're just fit mamas. We do have guys on the team, and what's so funny is they've embraced this whole fit mama concept because they have their wives involved and they feel good supporting their wives. So anyway, so my posts tended to bring, or not my posts, my difference tended to bring in the people that make up Fit Mama. So, the other thing I want to mention is this unbelievable video that I share with all my coaches. It's on YouTube. It's a video from Summit last year. It's called Pitch to Your Niche. I think Tara Carr and who was the other one? I forget who the other coach was, but anyway, I think it is one of the best videos for new coaches to watch when they're trying to share their story on Facebook. Because you know what happens? I did it. We all do it. We do all the things that we shouldn't do in the beginning. We overpost about Shakeology. Okay, people get it. They know you're drinking Shakeology. They know that stuff. So, overposting about certain things, maybe not making your pictures look nice, or using stock photos. So, Yeah, 21 Day Fix is so, so awesome. Like, we all know that. We've all done it. We love it. But we don't need to show the 21 Day Fix stock photos saying it's on sale this month, because that looks like an ad. So why not share your progress photo and say, if you're interested in this and joining my next challenge, I have awesome ways for you to save money this month and join our group. Okay, so that's one reason why I love that video, is because it really brings to light a lot of the things coaches do wrong in the beginning. And then you're like, I totally do that, and now I'm going to stop doing that. So anyway, that is a great, great video. I bet you'll all be obsessed with it. So next, some other things that you guys can do as far as sharing your story. Once you've figured out what your brand is and you start running with this brand, always using pictures, because if you are just posting words, chances are that people are going to scroll right by. So how can you make your picture eye-catching? Can you use some great apps to make it eye-catching? Can you use some humor? I love using humor. So if you guys check out my Facebook page from yesterday, I actually got a picture of Jim Carrey and advertised size that way, because I figured it would be pretty eye-catching. And I find that anytime I use those comedic icons, it really seems to catch people's attention. So figure out what works for you. Maybe there's something in your life that you think would be eye-catching to your niche of people. So use that and make it fun. Make it, this is fun, guys. I mean, you own your own business. You can do whatever you want, okay? The next thing is sharing those vulnerable posts, and this is going to take a lot of time. This is not something you're going to do tomorrow. I think it took me almost a year to post my first vulnerable post. We all have stuff in our life that makes us us. So like I had talked about Lindsay Matway before, and her talking about her brother that died of brain cancer and her mother had alcoholism. I'm not saying you need to put it all out there like that, but there are things in our lives that we can share with people to make us look relatable. So for instance, when I was 21, almost 22, my ex-boyfriend had passed away of a drug overdose, and it was very, very traumatic. We were together for 2 years, and you know, I felt that a lot of the feedback I was getting from people was, oh, Candice is always so rainbows and butterflies, you know, her life is perfect, because and Facebook, that's how we really do need to portray that. We need to put across that positive vibe and not, you know, bad talk so-and-so, or, you know, arrow dirty laundry. But, you know, I think it's important once in a while to give our audience a little bit of a reality check to say, hey, guess what? You know, yes, what you see, everything is great. And I just want to let you know, like, I've come a long way. Like, I had this happen to me. I've had horrible nights, like whatever it is, to kind of bring people back in to realize you're not just some like rah-rah cheerleader beachbody coach where your life is just perfect and whatever. Sometimes you need to keep it real. So I've talked about some days about me struggling when with as being a mom, because it can be tough. Like, I dropped my kids off at school a few months back, and I just left, and I left there, and I was like so excited, but I was crying because I'm like, am I a bad mother because I'm excited to drop my kids off? And I don't know. But anyway, you guys get my point. So whatever it is, you don't have to do it tomorrow. If it's a little bit of baby steps, I think the baby steps to getting into those posts are really showing your before and after pictures. I had talked to a new coach prospect tonight and talked to her a little bit about how I never ever would have posted a picture of me in a sports bra on Facebook ever, and now I'm like in a bikini, like showing it. It was a progression. It was like, okay, look at my belly. Now I was like, okay, now I'm in a sports bra. Okay, now I'm in a bikini. So it's like this gradual progression of sharing your story. So I hope I didn't over talk. This is really as simple as I keep it with my coaches. And actually, one more thing I do want to add is, be you, be real. Don't try and be another coach, because I actually have seen a person try and be Lindsay Matley. I know I keep talking about her, but this is just I actually saw this girl. I'm like, what is she doing? Like, she is not Lindsay. She doesn't look like Lindsay. She doesn't have Lindsay's life. And all her posts were legit, like, copy and pasted. Like, I'd go on Lindsay's page, I'd go on this girl's page, and I'm like, what is she doing? And she basically shot herself in the foot. So just be you. Find the coaches that you like. Maybe it's Mindy Wender or Lindsay, or it's Christina Delgado. Find these coaches that you like, emulate what they do, but just make it your own. Okay? We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to be attentive and implement the things that we see. So anyway, I'll stop talking, but I hope that was helpful. And if anybody has any questions, I'd love to answer questions for you.
Candice, that was awesome. Thank you. I love how you talked about, just really being authentic to yourself and, kind of making it a part of your brand, like what makes you you. And I remember that talk that you were referring to. I think it was, oh no, I can't remember with Tara Carr. Might have been Melissa McAllister.
I thought it was Melissa. Yeah.
But, kind of doing like a big brain dump and like, who are you? And like, what does that make a characteristic of you? And what makes you different and special than everybody else? And those types of people being attracted into your life. When you're talking to new coaches, like, how do you walk them through that process about like finding out, like, do you use these tools, like, you write your 5 things down in these 2 columns, or like, what do you suggest for new coaches who are really trying to find out and like explore who they are? And then like, as they go forward in their journey, if they want to tweak it, or like what that looks like.
So I actually have a list on my team page of coaches to friend request or follow. So that way they can start investigating these other coaches. So maybe it's, the top 10 elite coaches. I will tell them, follow these coaches, see what they're doing. I'll tell them about their brand. And then I'll also tell them to start friending the other coaches on the team page, just so they can have that network and they can see what the other coaches are doing and kind of gather little nuggets here and there and make it their own. And I do see that happens. And as always with my personally sponsored coaches, I always tell them, if you're struggling with anything, please reach out to me. We can always like reevaluate. Because sometimes, people in the beginning will be like, I'm just not sure what to post. I'm like, okay, let's regroup. What's your 5 things that make you different? 5 things that make you similar? All right, let's figure out that. And I do always say, though, is there a coach that you admire? And I always go back to that, and that really seems to help them out a lot.
Awesome, thank you. Does anyone else have any questions for Candice? You guys are all muted, so if you do have one, just go ahead and unmute yourself.
And if anyone doesn't have anything right now, you can always shoot me a private message. I'm always available.
Candice, awesome. Thank you. I'd love to close this kind of like national wake-up call style. And like, can you share with us a little bit, like, where do you see your Beachbody business going? Like, what are some of your goals?
Oh, I like this. I'm going to steal that for my own team.
Go for it.
Where do I see myself going? I'm going to be a superstar diamond coach by the end of the year. And hopefully I will be an elite coach this year as well. But right now I'm shooting for another 5 diamonds, and they're there. They just have to turn. So that's my goal this year, is just to be at that point and say I did it.
Awesome. That would be amazing. And to be able to feel that feels really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time. We're really, really grateful, and that was amazing information.
Thanks for having me. And I
Thank
look forward to you
you.
being on my call soon.
Absolutely. I'll see you next week, I think it is.
The 23rd, the week after Summit, right?
The week after summer. Yep, you
Yep.
got it.
All right.
Okay. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, thank you.